Hi guys, Zasmo here, and today I have for you a strategy that will help you make hundreds of chaos. It will boost your map sustain like crazy, and it will give you very solid experience to quickly level your character. And the strategy I'm talking about that does all of that is the very much neglected Alva Temple, the Temple of Atzoatl. This league, it's a mechanic that you should not skip. It's really powerful, and there are many ways to make crazy amounts of currency on it. Because of the changes that happened in the last league and also in the league before, and I think also one league before, the reworks to the rewards and the Atlas passives, Alva is now incredibly powerful. Not only it adds the most juice to your maps, adding so many monsters in the incursions that you wanna run it anyway because it just adds so much quantity, especially with the delirium on the map device. You're gonna want as many Alva missions as you can because they are incredibly powerful. So keep an eye out for craftable watchstones with increased chance to get Alva or Alva missions, because they're going to be very valuable. So that's the first way you can make currency. Simply roll craftable watchstones for Alva missions in the regions that people will want to run them. And then also, of course, the Alva temples. So there is a little bit of a nuance to this, because you need to build your temples and you need to build them in a really specific way. Once you build them, you can choose to run them, or sometimes you can actually sell them, because believe it or not, they can go for up to 100 C per temple. Actually, they can go for much more if you have other things there, but that's just what you can get out of a temple that you build properly and get a little bit of luck in getting the right rooms spawned. So here's what are your targets. Your targets are the cartography room. You want to get the maps. I ran this temple that you're seeing in the footage. There are gonna be two runs that you see in the footage. One when I had the big drop, and one that is the most recent temple that I ran, that I dropped about 15 maps in it. And most of those maps were actually maps that I'm interested in progressing through, yellow maps that I'm currently going through, and it's very helpful. It is the best side mechanic for map sustain by far, because in Delve you actually have to reach deep enough for the maps to start dropping at the level that you're at in terms of the tiers of the maps. But in terms of Alva, the average level of the maps you're running where the incursions are appearing is going to be the level of the temple. So if you're running in T5s, T6, then it's gonna be that level of a temple, and that means it's gonna drop maps of that level, unless you actually pick a room that gives +1, then it's gonna be even higher, which I had in that temple. This is something to look out for. So the big drop that you're looking for, the big drop that you are trying to farm, is the Architect's Hand. This is a pair of gloves for trappers. I myself am playing an ice trapper, and I thought, okay, I know where they drop, I know how to farm them, I'm gonna just do it myself, right? And if I get lucky, I get lucky. And in the first temple that I ran, I actually dropped it. They were at about 4x at that time, I think, when I dropped it. So there is much profit to be made. I don't know the exact drop rate, but you must be putting yourself in a position to drop them, because that's not the only reason why you're running it. That's just like a bonus that you can get in your temples. In order to get them, in order to get these gloves, what you want to do is make sure that you develop the trap workshop. It adds traps throughout the temple, and then you need to upgrade it to the defense research lab, which will contain a valuable item. That valuable item can be, for example, the gloves. I don't know how common this drop is. I got it in the first temple I did. Pretty sure I got very lucky with that, but this is something that you should be doing. You should make sure that you put the trap level 3, the defense research lab. What that means is you basically see the incursion, you look at the possible options, and usually the right one will be to upgrade the room, and the left one will be to change the room to something else. So if you see changing it to trap room, change it to trap room. If you see on the right side upgrade the trap room to defense workshop or to defense research lab, do that. And this will give you a chance to drop a very valuable unique that is basically one of the most meta skills played right now, if not the most meta skill played right now, which is why you need to be doing that. Other rooms that you want to be going for also, check this out. Chronicle of Aztotl, which is the map that you can sell and trade with the Defense Research Lab tier 3. The cheapest one goes for 100C right now. This is listed 10 minutes ago, 17 minutes ago, so they're selling. This is 100C for a chance to get this, which means there's probably a very decent drop chance for these gloves, or people really want them, which means you can just make these temples with the tier 3 of the Defense Research Lab and sell that, right? This is very expensive. This is a great way to make early currency if you don't want to actually run the temples. However, I do recommend running them, especially when you're progressing through your maps and want to build up your map pool, because they're gonna add so many maps. If you look at the map room, there is not only the maps, but also there are ways of making it so that the architects, which is the main boss in each room, actually drop sextants. I believe that is because of the the ghost one, right? So Tormented Spirits. The Tormented Spirits at the tier 3 actually possess every single one of those bosses. The bonuses for tier 3 rooms are massive. You can also get strong boxes. I got a Cartographer's strong box, Diviner's strong box. These are extremely powerful while you're still progressing through your Atlas, which I would guess most of the people watching this are, because it's still fairly early in the league and the progression is not very fast this league. But actually it's very enjoyable, at least for me. I find that I usually hated doing temple, but with it being so rewarding right now, and also you can make it through passives on your Atlas skill tree, that basically all the monsters are at least magic in incursions, right? Which means the incursions will also give you extra experience. You should definitely pick the passives on your Atlas skill tree that give you extra alpha missions here and extra alpha missions here. This will give you an influx of alpha missions to run and will make it so that you can build your temples faster. I definitely recommend running this mechanic. If you also kill the boss, make sure that you get the boss, because the boss can also drop the vials. Some of these vials are very expensive. The vial to upgrade the gloves, I saw it go for like 2.3x or something, so there is also a lot of the stuff to get there. This is very profitable right now, and I definitely recommend running it. I made this video because I myself was neglecting this mechanic. A lot of people are neglecting this mechanic, and just like, you just go into incursions, kill the monsters for extra loot, extra XP, and just leave and don't care about what rooms you're building. But this league, it's actually pretty damn important and profitable to build specific rooms. So good luck with your hunt, good luck with your temples. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time, guys.